is the way. Gospel, jazz, R&B touches you every day. Talk about the way it moves you differently day to day. It's the R&B Bistro. Let music have its way.
Hello and welcome to the R&B Bistro Up Close and Personal. I'm your host Venus and I'm here to take you through this musical dance we call life. And to do that, I talk to prominent people in the community so they can help us make it through, give us tips. Today my guest is very special to me. I watched her grow up in the community on the choir at our church, and she has blossomed from a wonderful young lady into a beautiful woman. She's a wife, mother, she's a child of God, she's a community leader. She is the phenomenal dancer of every single genre you can think of, okay? She acts, she sings, and now she's taken her talent to the next level, and she has written a play, and that play is called Bag Ladies. It's going to be featured at Crossroads. We're going to talk about it. But right now, I want to get up close and personal and welcome Kimberly Cullen to the show. Kimberly?
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I am fantabulous.
I like that. Did you make that one up?
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here. Hey, if everybody else makes up words, so can we, right?
Thank you.
I'm
It's a
so glad
pleasure.
you're here. I'm so
Thank
glad
you
you're
for
here.
having
And you know, it's been wonderful to watch you.
Thank you.
Just wonderful. You're a beautiful young lady. And I'm so delighted. So now let's just get into some questions from the beginning and then we'll get to Bag Ladies,
Sure.
okay?
Absolutely.
So now, you have been involved in so many areas of the arts and from an early age. So tell me, what shaped you and how did that shape you and how did that influence you?
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, if it wasn't for my parents, they've instilled in me, to always pour into your gifts. So at an
Yes.
early age, I started dancing 7 or so. And I can tell that it shaped me to be the woman that I am today. It's been years of just discipline instilled from my parents. So.
Right. So did you go to school for all these genres?
I did. I went to several schools, Princeton Ballet, Harlem School of Dance, Avenelli, Summer Intensive. I've done Rutgers, Mason Grove, so I've done a lot. A lot.
Do you teach any dancing?
I do. I currently teach teach liturgical right now for First Baptist.
Yes.
And which I love. I love my girls. But I currently do not teach in a studio, but I do teach at church. And
Okay, we're adding that to your repertoire, okay?
Yes.
All right. So now, I know that you've lent your talents to the community as well. And some
have.
years ago, you started this program called Jeremiah's House.
Yes.
Is that still around?
It's not. Actually,
But first, tell us what Jeremiah's House was and how it came to be and why.
Okay. Jeremiah's House stemmed from TH Productions.
Okay.
We were
Ty Husbands.
Yes, we were
Rest
a
his
young.
soul, God bless.
Yes, that was my dear friend. God bless him. He started this organization, TH Productions. It was an organization, started as a singing group. And then through this dance group, we started small entities of programs. Like we had Daddy's Haven, Mother's Haven, I'm sorry. We had Jeremiah's House, which is the drama and dance program that he said, here, Kim, you do it. And I'm like, really? So we started out in his living room,
Right.
and it was 2 of us.
Right.
And then it started to grow, and then we went to the community center, and then it was hundreds of us. So I just took kids from the community at no pay to teach them from ballet to modern jazz, drama, and we performed all over the central area. So
Awesome. So there's nothing like that now. Have you heard anything?
there isn't. Well, yes, I did hear about a few. I believe that BAM School of Dance is one of those things that I really am very super proud and honored to know that there's something going on like Jeremiah's House like that. Yeah, so there is something going on.
Okay.
I'm just not heading it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's great. I remember looking that up, and I was looking to see if there was more,
Yeah.
or if it still exists, and I couldn't find anything. So I
Right.
got to ask her for that because it seemed like such a wonderful thing to do,
Right.
and especially to keep our kids off the streets
Yeah.
and doing things they shouldn't be doing. And we
Right.
need that more
Absolutely.
than ever today.
Absolutely.
So maybe it'll come back around in some other form.
Hopefully. I mean, I do
Yeah.
it privately for kids if they need it, but on the scale of large groups, I do not do that.
Right. Okay.
But I still love it. I still have a passion. And actually, all the kids that were a part of Jeremiah's House, I still keep in contact. They still call me. They're
Good.
grown with kids and
Yes.
husbands, and they still call me and ask me, Miss Kim, I need this, I need.
And that feels good, doesn't
yeah,
it? Yeah,
it's still a mentoring program
Yeah,
regardless. So
I mean, I love that choir. There's not been a choir at the church. For those of you who don't know, we go to First Baptist Church of Lincoln Gardens.
Yes.
Shout out to our pastor during the choir service. But such a dynamic group you guys were under the direction of Betty Davis. It was
Yes.
just an awesome choir.
Yes.
And there hasn't been one like that since, you guys. I mean, my son was a part of it towards the
Okay.
end, and there hasn't been one like that since, you guys.
kudos to Betty Davis.
Yes.
There will never be another
Yes.
Betty Davis.
Yes, but you know, we need somebody to come back and spearhead the young folks,
Right.
because that choir was just phenomenal. I mean, he had
Absolutely
some
right.
people in there that weren't young folks
You're
up in
absolutely
the
right.
choir with it, but it was
Yes,
so
you're
great.
right, you're
Now, I
right.
know that you're also talented in mime, and that's something that fascinates me. Tell me how that came about, and why are you so into that?
You know what? All of my gifts and talents, they just come about. Like I, just figure them out. I look at someone else doing them, and I say, I can do that.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
So, I tried it, and it became a huge thing in the community. People started to ask for me to come to their church or to teach mime, and I just started doing it. So now people just feel like I'm just the person that mime, but I do so many other things.
Yeah.
I love to mime because it's a dance that's more interpretive of,
Yes.
of what you hear, the
Yes.
music, the words.
And such a wonderful expression.
Oh, it's such a
Yeah.
wonderful expression.
Yeah.
So I teach that as well on the side. So
Okay.
it's
All
just
right.
something I love to
See,
do.
now listen, she's giving you all these lists of things that she's teaching. So I hope you're writing it down, because this show is for you, so you can follow the path that the guests do. So make sure you're writing that down.
Right.
All right, so now before we go into Back Ladies, I know you've done some acting and some singing abroad.
Right.
Tell us about that and how that has influenced your creative process.
First, I have so many talents and so many gifts in areas of dance, singing, acting. And I just use them as God gives them to me. So this year you're going to be dancing a lot. This year you're going to be acting.
Okay.
So when I wrote the play, Bag Ladies, it started out as a skit.
Okay.
And that was years ago. This was when Ty was living.
Yeah.
And I just kind of put it aside until one day I got a, revelation to write it as a play. I've never written a play a day in my life. Okay, I'll
Yeah,
try.
yeah.
So I wrote it, and I set it aside. 2 years came about, and I said, you know what? I think I'm going to do it. I went to David E. Talbert's workshop.
Me too. Isn't it a great workshop?
It is amazing.
Isn't he wonderful?
He's amazing.
So down to earth,
So
right
down
on
to
point.
earth. So on point.
Yeah, and
Yes,
he
he
talks
is.
about people that are actors and actresses being a special species, right? Did you hear him say that?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So if you ever feel abnormal, you know that it's not that.
Right.
It's that you're a special species.
Right.
I truly understand.
Yes, you're
You
absolutely
understand?
right. He really helped me
Yeah.
to hone into that gift and
Yes.
do it. Why don't you just do it?
I think he's doing something now for playwrights.
He is. And
So-
when I went to his workshop, it was years ago, he actually pulled me to the side because, you had to prepare a monologue. So I
Yes,
prepared a
yes,
monologue
yes.
and did it. He pulled me to the side and he said, I will never forget this. He said, I had my little flimsy play in my hand and I'm like, just read it. And he's like, okay. So the format is really good. He said, you'll never know how impactful it is until you do it in the theater,
Right,
a local theater.
right.
And so I took those instructions and I called Crossroads and said, I think I want to do a play there. So I've always used him as an inspiration. I still have his words in my head and in my heart. So
Yeah, and you definitely have to hold on to those positive
Absolutely.
seeds, because those are seeds
Yes.
filling you.
Yes.
All right, so now before we get into Bag Ladies, I didn't know that it was a book first until you
Yes.
just started talking about it.
Yes.
Okay, and your book has a co-author. Let's give her a shout out. Who's the co-author of the
Rachel
book?
Renee.
Yeah, she's hanging out there helping us out
She
there in the green
is.
room today.
Kudos to her.
So kudos to her. We appreciate Rachel for being out there.
Yes.
All right, so now let's talk about Bag Ladies.
Yes.
Tell me, I don't know whether it's a one act or a two act or whatever, and just tell me how it came about, what kind of stories are there. Let's just start there. How did it come about?
Bag Ladies came about. I remember my mom and her sister sitting at the table and they were talking. I was maybe like 13 years old. And one of her friends said something on the lines of, yeah, it's like baggage that you carry.
Yes.
And I don't know why it struck a chord in me years later, but when I wrote the play, I didn't have a title to it. I didn't know what I was going to call it. And I remember that conversation with my mom and her girlfriend. And I said, Bag Ladies Unpacked. Then as I start to go deeper into writing it, I have a lot of girlfriends. We all have a lot of girlfriends. I have, my mom, my aunts. And I realized that we carry a lot of baggage. It's not relational baggages. Most of the time when you think of baggage, you think about relationships. It's just circumstances.
Yeah.
We carry them with us. For me, just speaking for me, I can speak for other women too, but for me, carrying a baggage means it's a load. Yes, it is, but there are things inside that prohibits us from moving forward in life. Prohibits us from loving the way we should love our spouses.
Yes.
The way we should treat our siblings and our kids. And there's a lot of things. I can go deeper, but there's a lot that's entailed when it comes to baggage. And when I wrote the play, I had all of my girlfriends and my mom and her stories and my aunts and my grandmother. I had all of those stories in my heart.
Okay.
I said, wow, we have something that connects us as one, and that's the baggage that we carry. We may not have the same stuff inside, but we all carry baggage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's where it came from my mom and listening to her and her life and seeing what she's gone through. And
So how many people are in the play?
it's a total of 12.
12 people. All women? Or
Main
women?
characters are 6 women, and we have co-actors who, have a husband and his friends and things like that. But the main characters are the ones that I really want to focus on, and that's the women.
And they tell their stories?
And they tell their stories.
What bags they're carrying?
The bags that they're carrying, and it may not be the baggage that you're carrying at the moment. We'll get to the sequels later.
Right.
But these are baggages that I've had experience, and a lot of women that have gone to the first show. I still get emails. I still get people coming up to me, and they identify with the characters in the show.
It sounds similar to For Colored Girls. Did you know about that play, For Colored
I
Girls
do.
Who've Considered Suicide? It sounds similar. Is it similar
It's quite
to that?
similar to that. Although I tend to gear it towards unpacking as well. So not just illustrating the baggage, but how do you
Get
unpack
rid of
those issues?
How do you
get rid
overcome
of them? You don't get rid of the baggage because it's still there.
But you can overcome.
But you can overcome,
Yes.
and you can relinquish it to God, and you can unpack them and see how they affect your life. I will never get over the fact when I was molested. That's something will be forever a part of me.
Right.
But it will not affect my relationship with my husband anymore. It won't affect my relationship with anybody anymore, because I know I can identify what it was and how to.
And then go to God
constantly for healing. So.
So is it a one act, two act?
It's not a one act. It's several acts.
Okay. All
It's
right,
several
cool.
acts.
All
So
right. So now, are you directing, or do you have someone else doing that role?
I am the creative director. I tend to like to sit back and just give direction to the director as she's directing.
I hear you, I hear you.
So
I understand that.
I want to see everything going on.
I
so.
understand that too.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you want people? Well, before I go there, are you in the play, or are you just directing?
You will hear my voice. I do a lot of the voiceover.
Voiceover. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So, what do you want people to come away with this after they see it?
I want them to be able to identify with what it is that's going on inside of them, or because sometimes when we are a certain way for so long, we just feel like it's just us. But no, there's something going on. I want them to really reevaluate what's going on in their lives, and to first figure out what it is they're carrying, what type of circumstance, situation they're carrying from their past, from historical issues with your mom and the things you saw her do, but now you're repeating. I find myself often saying the same things my mom or doing the same
It goes around
thing.
everybody.
Yes, my mom does.
Yeah.
So this is a repeated cycle. So sometimes the repeated cycle is not always good.
That's true too.
So we have to identify first, and then
Not
get
repeat
help,
the bad
and not
cycles.
repeat, and not give it to our children. It's hard sometimes because I say things to my kid that my mom said to me, and I'm like, I said I wasn't going to say
Yep,
that.
it happens to all of us.
It
happened to me,
all of us.
and it will. I hope that it will happen to my son,
Right.
because they don't feel the impact until
Right.
it happens to them. So
Right.
you want them to
Right.
do, and he constantly says, "You're just like grandma. You like me too. You're just in a male body, okay?"
Okay,
So, but
exactly.
you'll see. You'll see. Get some kids, and you'll
Exactly.
see. You'll see. So now we talked about this being going to Crossroads
Right.
in New Brunswick. When is that going to be? February.
It's February the 4th.
February the 4th, and there are 2 shows, right?
It's 2 shows, 2 o'clock and 7.
2 o'clock and 7, and after that, it's not there anymore, right?
After that, it's not there.
Okay,
Correct.
so do you have any plans for taking it somewhere else? Because this is the second time it's been at Crossroads, right?
I do,
Okay.
and I'm now focusing on a play for guys. We got to
Okay.
talk about the guys too.
Yeah,
can't
we
just
do.
leave
They
it
got
at that.
baggage.
They got baggage. It's,
They may not think they do, but they got baggage.
It's mysterious. They don't talk
Yeah.
about it a lot.
Yeah.
And, takes a lot to pull out that emotion.
Yeah.
But I have been doing some forums, and I've been talking to guys, and you would be surprised some of the things that they go
Awesome.
through. So
Awesome.
coming soon.
Wow, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
looking forward to that. So, who are your mentors?
Oh my goodness, I have so many. My mom,
Mm-hmm.
she is definitely one of my mentors.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Our first lady is somebody that I look up to. She's amazing. She just drops little nuggets every now and then in my heart. And someone that she is my friend on TV. She doesn't know that we're friends, but we are friends.
Oh yes, now who's that? We have
Kimberly
some of
Elise,
those.
I love her.
Love Kimberly
I
Elise, and
absolutely-
you may be named after
I
her. She
love
may be
her.
named after you. I'm not sure.
Her story
Yeah.
is amazing. I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You identify with her story?
I do. I do. She took a risk
Mm-hmm.
to do what she loved, was passionate in her heart, and she took a risk, and I believe in taking risks.
Absolutely. If you don't, you'll never know.
You never know.
You know, you gotta go, and if you fail, you get back up again.
Absolutely.
We fall down,
And we
but
get
we get
up
up
again.
You gotta do it, because
Over and
you'll
over
never
again.
know
Correct.
what you could have been if you didn't try.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
nothing beats a failure, but not trying.
That's absolutely
You have
true.
to try.
Yes.
So those seem like personal mentors. So tell me about, besides David E. Talbert, tell me about your mentors that are possibly in the arts. Like you, phenomenal dancer. I need to see that picture of you again in that position dancing. I need to see that. Just look at that line. Just awesome. Do you know what you were dancing for? It looks like you were dancing for a wedding.
I was dancing for a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Do you know what you were dancing to?
I don't remember. I have so many songs in my head.
Where do you go when you're dancing? Where do you go inside you?
Oh my gosh. I take every word, and the dancers will be able to tell you, I take every word, every beat, and I try to fill in the spaces with movement. A lot of people say that's so difficult, but for me, it's what identifies with the song.
Yeah.
I go to a place where it's just me and God,
Yeah.
and I'm dancing before Him. It's just a
Yeah.
beautiful place to go, and mentally, it's a connection that I can't describe.
I can, because when I'm watching you, when you're doing liturgical dancing at church, it's in every fiber of your body.
Yeah.
You see everything, you feel every word. I'm getting chills now talking about every word, every movement, everything. It's like
Thank
you reenact every single word. That's all I can say.
Thank you.
Every single word. So, I usually pick certain people because I'm up in the choir, so I'm picking
Right.
certain people to watch. And I'm a closet dancer with y'all. I'm a part of y'all's team. But I'm up in the choir, but I'm down there, in my mind. And
Wow.
I'm trying to dance with you guys. And it's just so wonderful.
Oh,
When I was
thank
little,
you.
my grandmother did liturgical dancing.
Oh, did
and she
she?
I would
Wow.
play around.
Awesome.
But, singing is my first love, so I stick to that.
Okay.
I told whoever, because I thought you were the leader.
Yes.
Okay,
I
so
am.
while you were on maternity leave having a beautiful baby,
Yes.
somebody else was in charge. And
Yes.
I told them, I said, I'm going to dance when I finish singing on the choir. And they're like, okay, come on. I
Right.
don't know when that's going to be, but I don't know if I
Yes.
can move like that.
Yes, you can. You can do.
I
anything.
mean, oh my goodness, so expressive. So just keep doing what you're doing. I know you
Absolutely.
do
Thank you.
jazz and you do tap and you
Yes.
do point. Tell us what point is. A lot of people, I had a conversation with them
Point
and they
is-
didn't know what is point.
Point is not my strong suit.
But what is it?
Not.
You good at the
It's not.
point your feet? What?
It's a type of shoe, first of all, and
Okay.
it is a type of dance. And you are constantly on your
On your
toes.
tip of your toes. Okay.
Yes, but it's not my strong area of
Okay.
dance. I love it, but it's not my strong area.
So
of
what
dance.
is your favorite area of dance? Do you have one?
My favorite area of dance would have to be liturgical and modern jazz.
Okay.
Well, liturgical and modern is my favorite, absolute favorite, and of course hip hop.
Okay.
That's
Really?
yeah. That's
Well, that's your
our
era.
essence.
That's your era. So
And
yeah.
when everybody identifies with Kim and in the community, they identify me with hip
Hip
hop.
hop, yeah. There was a young girl I interviewed back on a radio show, and she started a hip hop dance group. I'm wondering if you know her, but since I can't tell you her name right now, you probably wouldn't. It's not Bernadette or something like that. Adrienne, Andriana, or something. And she started a hip hop school of dance.
Oh wow, no.
No, I'll have to connect you to.
Absolutely.
Maybe she can be in one of your plays or something.
Absolutely, that'd
Yeah.
be great. Great.
Okay. All right. So, what are your ultimate goals? But before that, let's go back to you dance,
I do.
you sing,
I do.
you act. Now, are you an actress who sings or a singer who dances, or a dancer who can sing and act?
I'm a triple threat.
I know that. I'm trying to get you to pick one, which is hard.
It's
and I'm
hard.
trying to prove to our viewers
It's
that
hard.
when you have all these talents and you love them so much and you're so gifted in all of them, and people will say, "Oh, pick one." You can't.
You can't.
You can't
You cannot.
because they have their equal fitting somewhere.
Right.
You know, you gotta dance, you gotta sing, and to people like you, they're one. They're a package, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It is a package, but you have to be careful when you're that gifted because you can tend to focus on one and not the others. And we know what the word says: you got to invest them all.
Right.
So, how I do it, it's seasonal. Whatever the moment is right now. Right now, I'm a playwright. So the focus is I'm not dancing a lot, but it is something that I'm gifted in doing. So I put my 100% into being a playwright. Now next year, I may be focused on other things like singing and things of that nature. But I do try to. I do for my play. I put everything that I'm gifted in.
Yeah,
so
because it's a musical, right?
It is a musical. You'll see
Right.
singing, you'll see dancing.
Exactly. All of that
Acting,
stuff is still
all
in it.
just-
So it's not separated.
It's not separated.
Yes.
It's not.
I'm going to scream that from the mountaintop over and over and over again to people
Right.
because you can't separate
it.
it. Thank you. Can we?
You
can't.
can't.
You can't
You can't
separate it. You
separate
can't
it.
separate it. So stop asking us to separate it, okay? You can't do it. So if you act, if you sing, you whatever.
Whatever
but
you're
what's
focusing
wonderful
on.
is use your gifts to the
Right.
glory of God, and use them to bless and inspire and guide and lead and help somebody
Right.
along the way.
Yes.
That's what this show is about. So I'm glad you really came
Thank
to
you.
talk about that. I'm so excited that you're
Thank
here.
you.
So let's go into, we talked about Back Ladies. We talked about if there are sponsors out there, we really need you to come and give Kimberly a call, and we'll tell you how you can reach her at the end of the show, because we want to see this play go further than just Crossroads.
Yes.
We want to see it. Now, I call Crossroads the Broadway in New Brunswick.
Yes, it is.
I've been calling that
Yes,
calling
it
it that
is.
since my radio days.
Yes.
That's the Broadway in New
Yes.
Brunswick, and I hear that they're going to tear it down and build like an NJ Pack.
are.
No, but they're building an NJ Pack kind of like there
Yeah,
for
yeah.
all three theaters. But you're
Yeah.
feeling like it's not going to be the same, right?
I don't know. My anticipation of that, I hope that it will.
Yeah.
My, just my heart is out for the directors like
Yeah.
Ross O'Neill, who's amazing,
Right.
and Susan Settles,
Yeah.
who have started years ago, maybe over 30 years ago,
I know.
25 years ago. And
Did you ever volunteer there?
I haven't, but Ross, she's kind of took me under her wing.
Ross?
And and
Yeah.
she's just kind of, you do this, you do that, you
Yeah.
do this, you do this. Did you do? Call me.
Yeah,
Did
I-
you do this?
Yeah.
Now I need you to call them right now.
Right,
So she's amazing, and that's where my heart is. To see them go and
Yeah.
have to
I
wait.
don't think I talked to Susan because she was doing something with Tony Terry right
Right.
before Christmas, and we were supposed to try to get him on the show. So we'll have to go back into that. But
Right.
so I talked to her a lot, and I used to. My son and I, when we first came to Jersey, we would volunteer there.
Oh,
so I've
cool.
also been Susan for some time when
Oh,
she couldn't do it.
awesome,
So
awesome.
I mean, I love all of that.
Yeah.
Which is another reason why I'm so happy to be a part of the show, because I get to talk to people now
Right.
about all of that.
Awesome,
And find out that I'm not crazy, because there's crazy people out there
Yeah.
like me. No.
Yeah.
I don't mean it like that. We're not crazy. We're just special,
We're special.
like David E. Talbot said.
Yes,
So
just
yeah.
special.
So tell me, we want it to go beyond Crossroads. I would
Me
love
too.
to see it run at Crossroads more than just once.
Yes.
So maybe we can talk to Susan and I keep forgetting his name, but we'll talk to all the heads over there and see
Right.
what we can do.
Yeah.
Natasha is pretty good with helping things happen over there.
Oh, okay.
You know Natasha.
I haven't met
sure.
Natasha.
I'm going to introduce you to Natasha.
Okay.
Anything that Natasha wants to happen at Crossroads,
Natasha,
happens at,
yes, I had
happens
to.
at Crossroads.
Yes.
Yeah, so we need to talk to her and see what we can do.
Okay.
So now, what are your ultimate goals going forward? So do you want to do more plays? Do you want to turn Bag Ladies into a film? Do you want something on TV? Dancing? Tell me about that.
I'm currently working on turning it into a film.
Okay.
So that's my ultimate goal right now. I want it to be long term,
Yeah.
because it's just not one issue that we deal. We deal with so many things.
So stop there. Give us one issue, one short, quick issue.
One short issue that I will talk about in the play is we have one woman who was molested, and now she's married. So because she's been molested, she doesn't really know how to intimately
Be with her
there
husband.
with her husband. It's kind of gross for her. It's kind of
Yeah. So I can tell you're gonna have to bring your tissues to this play.
Bring
a
your
box
tissue.
of tissues with you.
box of tissue.
Bring somebody to sit next to you and hold your
Yes.
hand.
I couldn't believe the first show we did it. I could hear the people wailing
Yeah.
and crying.
Yeah.
So
Now I haven't seen it before, so I hope I get to see it this
Yes,
time.
please.
So tell me, give me 2 to 3, preferably 3 tips.
okay.
Tell our viewers what they should do if they want to follow in your footsteps, if they want to dance, if they want to be a playwright, if they want to be an actress. What should they do? First thing.
The first thing is to know what it is you want to do and to focus on that.
So figure that out.
Figure that out. You got to figure out what I want to. And I know you hear this question all the time. What do you want to do when you grow up?
Yeah, what do you want to be when you grow
What do
up?
you want to be when you grow up? That's something that you should really think about. What do you want to do? You want to be a dancer? Okay, I want to be a dancer.
Okay.
So this is what I need to do to be a dancer.
Okay.
I need to take classes.
So the first one is figure it out. The second one
Figure
is
it out. Second is to stay focused.
stay focused.
Stay focused. No matter what, there's a lot of rejection. A lot of rejection out
Say
there.
that again.
There's a lot of rejection.
But
stay
and what do you do with
focused.
rejection?
You take it and you say it's rejection. That's what it is.
And you do this.
And you do this. It's a part. It's a
Yes.
part of life.
Yes.
You gotta have rejection, and you gotta overcome. And you gotta have rejection.
And you
It's a
don't
part
take
of
it to
life.
heart.
You don't take it to heart. It
Right.
makes you stronger
Yes.
as an individual.
Right.
So stay focused.
And the third thing.
The third thing is to do it.
I love that. Just do it.
Just do it.
Just jump.
Just
Just
jump.
go for it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Take a risk.
Yeah,
Do it.
take a risk. It has been so wonderful talking to you.
Thank you.
And I look at you and I'm just beaming with pride because you know you and my son are around the same age, or you may be 2 or 3 years older than he. I'm not sure. Hey, I'm older than you guys. So I'm older than you guys. So you know I feel motherly towards you. I always have. So
okay.
just to
Thank
see you
you.
blossom
Thank you.
into this wonderful. I see. I want to be like you when I grow up.
Oh, thank you.
You see what I'm saying? I want to be like you when I grow up.
Thank you.
Somebody need to tell me I'm grown. No. I don't know,
It's
but
okay,
anyway,
it's okay.
I want to be like you when I grow up. So tell our viewers where they can find you, how they can stay connected to you.
Oh, okay. I'm really not a social bug, but I am on Facebook,
Okay.
Kimberly Cullen, or you can go on to Bag Ladies Unpacked.
Okay.
We are on Facebook, and we're also on Instagram. Bag
Okay.
Ladies Unpacked, same thing.
Okay, good. And we need you to follow her on Instagram.
Yes.
And are you on Twitter? You need to
No.
get on Twitter. She's going to get on Twitter, and then you're going to follow her on Twitter because
Yes,
you know
please.
we need followers. We need you guys to support the arts because
Yes.
the arts it's not getting the attention that it should, and the arts helps
You're
you
absolutely
in
right.
every kind of aspect. All right. I'm Venus. This has been the R&B Bistro Up Close and Personal. Remember, it's never too late to live your dreams, and when you do, I'll be there encouraging you. Make sure you tell someone about the R&B Bistro. Come on back here next time to see who we chat with. We love you for viewing. See you later.
Music is the answer. Music is the way. Gospel, jazz, R&B touches you every day. Talk about when it moves you differently day to day. It's the R&B Bistro. Let music have its way. is a way. Gospel, jazz, R&B touches you every day. Talk about when it moves you.